Today on Western Sports Roundup, we're going to show you a steer wrestler who is not only jumping on some wild steers, but he is jumping way up in the world standings, trying to win Gold Buckle #2. Montana's having the time of their life.
And coming up this afternoon, we will remember that man, Trenten Montero. Lost his life tragically in 2023, a rodeo-related accident, but his memory lives on. We will tell you the story coming up on Western Sports Roundup.
And a lot of you were noticing those beautiful golden scarves yesterday during round 3 with the contestants at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Find out the real story, why they wear the golden sash in round 3. It goes to a great cause called the Golden Circle of Champions.
She loves playing dress up and she's 4 years old. Make some noise for Montero.
Welcome to Western Sports Roundup. The Cowboy Channel is the exclusive home of the PRCA and your destination for the very best in rodeo action.
And now Western Sports Roundup will be simulcast live on YouTube. You can watch the show in real time on both the Cowboy Channel and on our YouTube live stream, giving you even more ways to connect to Western Sports Roundup. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Steve Kenyon alongside Justin McKee. Welcome to Western Sports Roundup, the Sunday go-round #4 edition. Justin, do you believe that already tomorrow night when we get done with go-round #5, we're almost halfway done with this National Finals Rodeo?
Well, time flies when you're having fun, and right now, speaking of fun, we had a steer wrestler last night that was having a large time, and he's a large mammal. Take a look at Ty Erickson, our unbeatable moment of the night. He slam dunks another big steer in the Thomas and Mack. He's made one of the biggest jumps in the world standings of any contestant in every event. He's climbed from number 14 to number 2. He placed in all 3 go-arounds, 2 seconds and a first-place finish, and he is stacking up the chips.
By the numbers, here's what that adds up to. $87,728 in 3 days for Ty Erickson, as Justin said, and that doesn't include the $10,000 they got just for qualifying. So make it $97,000 for Ty Erickson. 3.5 last night, the fastest time of the rodeo so far. I had a chance to catch up with Ty Erickson. Ty Erickson, you have jumped from 14th to either 2nd or 3rd. I've seen them both. Whatever the number is, what a great start to this NFR. How's this compared to past years?
Oh, man, like I was telling someone earlier, I think the last 5 years I haven't placed in the first 3 rounds. So to be able to place in all 3 rounds, I mean, that's pretty special, you know, and I'm pretty excited how this NFR has started.
3.5, fastest time of the rodeo so far. You've seen all 3 pens of steers now. What was this pen like?
They were good, you know, kind of what we expected. A lot of them tried. Most of them pretty good on the ground, you know. So honestly, like going through all 3 pens, they all should be pretty good. So it should be an interesting bulldog in the rest of the week, especially now that we all know the steers. You know, I bet it starts tightening up and guys really start getting in the 3s.
Tell me about Crush. Tell me about your horse.
Oh man, he's 14 years old. My wife and I actually bought him off Facebook. He was a horse off the track, you know, and naturally just wanted to run, and you know, he's loved it ever since we tried it on him, you know. He's been such a good boy, and we've rode him here since 2019. When I won the world title in 2019, I rode him here, and that was his first year, and he's worked great here every year.
Love it when a plan comes together for a guy that's worked so hard trying to back up that 2019 World Championship. Crush, getting him right where he needs to be, and just a near perfect first 3 go-arounds here at this year's Wrangler National Finals.
Why would we be surprised that this father of 3 from Montana is off to the kind of start he is off to? He is riding a Steer Wrestling Horse of the Year award winner. He himself is a world champion. Had the rodeo ended last night, and it didn't, obviously we got 7 more rounds to go, he would be the world champion in the steer wrestling. Ty Erickson doing really good stuff.
In a moment, Casey Jones from Pro Fantasy Rodeo will be on our show, and I'm going to put him on the spot because I know he's listening right now. We need to find out what was the percentage of people picked Ty Erickson on their Pro Fantasy team, because he was coming in at number 14. That was, in my opinion, maybe the top pick in all of Pro Fantasy.
I know at least one.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he looked like a great buy to me. 14th in the world. That made him $20,000 to buy. And so far, so good. Ty Erickson, do the same thing today you did yesterday. You did the same day before. You did the day before. Just keep doing it, and then see what happens in round number 4 tonight.
You know, to me, he looks unbeatable right now.
He looks unbeatable. This is your unbeatable moment, sponsored by Unbeatable Feeds. No grain, no problem. Thank you to our friends at Unbeatable Feeds. So as we take you through Western Sports Roundup this afternoon, we have some breaking news. Earlier today, right here at the South Point Hotel and Casino, new Miss Rodeo America 2026, and there she is, Miss Rodeo Utah 2025. Olivia Favero, who is the 7th Miss Rodeo Utah to become Miss Rodeo America, receiving her crown. She will join us later in the week here on Western Sports Roundup, and she will assume her duties officially on January the 1st.
I shouldn't have been surprised you would know the answer to the question I had in my mind when you made that introduction. You know what it was?
How many Miss Rodeo Utahs have won the title?
How many Miss Rodeo Utahs have made Miss Rodeo America? Love it when we're on the same page, which is most of the time. Right now, we're going to step away. When we come back, as I mentioned, Casey Jones, Pro Fantasy Rodeo, is in the house, and we will catch up with him.
And later on, we will talk to the lady who is behind the Golden Circle of Champions. It started in Santa Maria, California, and has now expanded to rodeos from coast to coast. Tina Tonascia will join us, talking about supporting kids in a fight for their lives. That's on the way on Western Sports Roundup.
Western Sports Roundup brought to you by Resistol, the official hat of cowboys everywhere. We live it every day.
Western Sports Roundup is presented by Ariat. Ready, set, ride. In boots and jeans that work as hard as you do. Thank you to Ariat.
Welcome back to the South Point and the showroom. Of course, the Buckle Award ceremony will be the last part of our programming here today, but here on Western Sports Roundup, we have the stage and a wonderful crowd out there today. We invite you to join us if you're coming out to Las Vegas this coming week, and we'll have a big old large time. Right now, we're going to meet one of our co-hosts. He's been here every day, and he's responsible for a lot of us having a big time, and we're very competitive, so it fits our business. Thank you, Casey Jones.
Thanks for having us.
Love Pro Fantasy Rodeo.
So how is your team doing?
I don't know. I haven't been able to find it on there. I think
you're sitting down there about 14th out of 22.
14th out of 22. There you go. I'm excited. I've never been so excited to maybe lose the tattoo league. I've always been scared to death that I'd have to take a tattoo. But now I've got a charity that is going to somebody that's very close to me. My wife, her sister-in-law. So my wife's husband's sister is battling cancer, and so my charity is for the Cassidy Beeler Fund right now. And instead of me paying $1,000 and avoiding a tattoo, if I'm last, I'm probably going to take the tattoo. So you have to pay $5,000 to go to her fund. So I'm actually never thought I'd say this, especially on TV. Looking forward to maybe getting a tattoo.
That's a deal. We'll pay it.
Okay.
Kenyon, who's your charity? You're sitting second right now overall.
My charity is an organization I got to know through Charlie Crawford's team roping that happens every year. And that is a charity called Fellowship for the Fallen. And it is a charity that basically works on behalf of law enforcement officers, and this is tragic to say and tragic to explain, who lose their lives violently in the line of duty. They help out their families, and the Liberty and Loyalty Foundation works on their behalf every year at Charlie Crawford's team roping. That happens around Veterans Day every year. There you go, Charlie, you got a free plug. The Veterans Day weekend in November. And right now I'm doing okay. I'm sitting second right now, so I'm feeling pretty good about life and the charity tattoo.
You're coming in right behind John Harrison's winning it right now, but guess who's sitting in #1 place for the tattoo?
Who would that be?
Was 4-time world champion Tim O'Connell.
3-time world champion.
3-time.
Tim O'Connell. Yeah.
But yeah, he might be a little bit better in the arena than he is on the website.
Oh, he's #1 for the tattoo.
He's last.
Oh, so he's last. He's #1 for the tattoo. Okay.
#1 in line to get a tattoo. Yes.
So let's talk about some of the storylines that are developing at this NFR. And I don't know how all of this is affecting particularly the daily game, but how red hot is Stetson Wright, and how is that affecting everything you're doing on Pro Fantasy Rodeo?
Yeah, so Stetson was the most popular pick in the saddle bronc riding at 46%.
Wow.
You know, in the bull riding, he's rode 3 out of 3, so he's a really popular pick in this bull riding. But you got to remember, when there's day money, the bull riding choice is critical.
Well, and he came in here way down in the saddle bronc riding standings, like 12, so he was a cheap buy.
Yeah, and you can see that, yesterday in the daily fantasy, he was 46. He was the most popular pick in the saddle bronc riding, and it's the first time that he wasn't able to help his team win money.
All right, that's good stuff right there. Let's talk about this matchup between Shad Mayfield and Riley Webb. Man, oh man, they came in pretty close together. Now they got really close, within $1,600 after the first couple of nights. What's that doing and affecting Pro Fantasy?
Yeah, we looked at the stats of the most popular picks. Shad has a little bit of edge over Riley.
Ooh.
And but they're also, Riley you have to pay more money for, but still people's liking the momentum for Shad. So let's see how it plays out.
Even on the daily game?
On the game yesterday. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is almost like the betting markets and who are they betting on to win a world title, and you're seeing right now there's a little bit of an edge to Shad Mayfield.
And that's what's great about the daily fantasy, is because you can see who has momentum. Mm-hmm. And then you can also see, like, if they're out of the average, who's going to, you're betting on that day. And so who's going to take the most risk to win #1?
All right, after Riley went last night and wins the round, I'm anxious to see what that is doing today for the daily game and compare that to Shad's percentage.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this race turns out.
Man.
Yeah, it's been a great race. So remind everybody of what you can win, because both in the daily game and the overall game, there are some pretty nice prizes, including cash, trucks, trailers, new tattoos for Justin McKee, all kinds of things.
We guarantee $10,000 in total payout. So the #1 fantasy team that wins the most money tonight is going to win $3,500 plus a custom buckle from Tres Rios, and then we pay all the way down to 10 spots. And so we give another $100,000 if you pick your teams. You have $650,000 to build your team. You just pick one rider in each event, and you're entered.
I mentioned a moment ago, I want to see the comparison between Ty Erickson in the steer wrestling and Waggerspec. But first of all, let's talk about what this is all about.
Yeah, it's great. We're really excited to be the presenting sponsor of Cowboy Christmas. And I didn't really just want a backdrop and a cardboard table. So thinking outside the box, everybody knows what that wheel is. And so
that's like the one. That is the Wheel of Fortune.
It's a pretty close copy, isn't it? And so what's really fun about it, we're giving away free daily fantasy teams. We're giving away a trip to the American Rodeo. We're giving away Rodeo Vegas jackets. We're giving away Cowboys and Indians subscriptions. So go by the west lobby of the convention center there at the Cowboy Christmas. It's free to spend. I think the guy that won the first daily fantasy team or day, the 3,500, I think he won it from the wheel because he got a free team. He asked me if Minnesota could play, so I looked it up. I'm like, yeah, Minnesota could play. And then that next morning, I saw a guy from Minnesota won the daily fantasy for free.
I'll be darned. So let's talk about the top three right now. And we've got a graphic to show you that gives us a little bit of an idea of who's doing well at the moment. We have so many different chances for people to be big winners. And we've got so many different opportunities now through Pro Fantasy Rodeo for people to play.
Yeah, and like you could see Haley, she was one of the number 1 picks, in the barrel race, and she had a little bit of, bad luck last night. But Stetson remains a solid pick in fantasy. His momentum should keep going through the finals the way how hot he is.
It's a good game. It's a lot of fun. I know that, I'll be honest, I get nervous when I play this game, but it's also kind of a fun way to go through the NFL.
Now, I know the feeling, but not this year. I'm not feeling the nerves this year, so put me on the bottom, Coach.
And so right now, Delaney Turner from Carr, Colorado is winning the Custom Ag Wagon Elite Trader and Outback.
Now, if I was that person, I'd be getting nervous because, man, she's looking at these prizes every day going, oh.
Pretty sure she's going to watch the rodeo from now on.
Yeah, pretty sure. Good stuff. Love the prizes, by the way. Thanks for everything you're doing. It's spectacular.
Thanks, guys.
Casey Jones, thank you for joining us. And don't forget, ProFantasyRodeo.com. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to stay with this. I'm sorry, I got confused for just a moment as to where we were going. We have an opportunity today on Western Sports Roundup to share a story about a young man who I got to know. I had a chance to learn a lot about his life, meet his wife, get to know his beautiful boy. This is Trenten Montero. He's a bareback rider, Columbia River Circuit champion, qualified for the NFR, won his very first go-around at his very first National Finals rodeo, sadly his only NFR. He passed away in August of 2023, had a horse roll on him after he'd gotten done riding at a rodeo. The internal injuries he suffered, he fought for 20 days before we lost him. And the memory of Trenten Montero lives on. And joining us, Jordan Joe Hollabaugh, who is, of course, part of our team on Rodeo Live here on the Cowboy Channel during the National Finals Rodeo, but has also become kind of a spokesperson for the Trenten Montero Foundation. Jordan Joe, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. You saw it right there. Trenten Montero was an amazing bareback rider and advocate for rodeo. And the Trenten Montero Foundation, this team has gone above and beyond, and they're just really trying to support his legacy, his vision, and his mission.
So take me through what the foundation does. And then I want to talk about Trenten and his family a little bit. You see those cards? Those cards are for sale here this week at the NFR, right?
Right. These are the 2025 official trading cards of the National Finals Rodeo. And the way the Trenten Montero Foundation works is it is for anybody that has been through a life-altering circumstance in the arena. And that's career-ending, or just like in Trenton's circumstance, he's now a legacy. And so what it is for is this amazing team has come together, and they've put together these trading cards of all of the athletes. All the NFR athletes are on board. They've signed a lot of their cards. They all have a stack of cards with them, and we see so many people buying these cards here at Las Vegas, Nevada at the trading. There are 3 different locations. You can buy them online, but you know what? You're seeing it here. Rodeo Quincy has them. At the Rio they have them. Cowboy Christmas everywhere. The South Point has them, and they're also online at the TrentenMontero.com. So basically, there's an amazing team of people that have come together to support Trenton's legacy, to keep his legacy living on, and support those Cowboys that, we hate to say, but there might be an opportunity. If you're a Cowboy, you face a circumstance like that. And so to take care of their families and whatever need that they have during that time, it's important to this team. And I tell you what, Mason Clements is probably the most fierce leader and advocate behind this, and he's being an NFR Cowboy this week and doing a great job, but he's a huge ambassador. We see all of the bareback riders wearing a Trenten Montero Foundation patch on their shirt. it's a huge effort in the cowboy world, and we're all family here.
Trenten was one of the most popular guys in the bareback riding. When he qualified for the NFR, he was one of the most popular guys in the locker room. His beautiful wife, Maria, his little boy, Noah, who was born just right before his dad sadly passed away. And this is an effort that was created of, by, and for bucking horse riders and other rodeo contestants. But the bareback riders and the bronc riders made this all happen and made it start. Jordan, Joe, I know you got to get ready for Rodeo Live tonight and everything else that you are doing. Thank you for joining us and telling us the story. Real quick, just give me a website answer. Tell me about the website one more time.
TrentonMonteroFoundation.com. You can go and buy all the trading cards that you want on this website. So the one thing I will tell everybody is there's a limited number of these trading cards left. Once they're gone, they're gone. And so I think this is something that they're creating a legacy, not just for Trenten, but these trading cards are going to be memorabilia that you're not going to want to miss. You can take your trading card, have your favorite contestant get it signed. I mean, obviously we know we want to have Stetson Wright sign his because he's going to be a world champion.
Yeah.
But there's just, it's such a cool thing for the fans to be involved. Virgil, I know we're retiring him this year. His trading card is in there as well. All the personnel, all the contestants, and we're going to do this each and every year, and it's going to continue to grow.
Jordan, Joe, I appreciate your time. Have fun on Rodeo Live tonight. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Jordan Joe Hollenbaugh joining us, TrentonMonteroFoundation.com. We are at the South Point Hotel and Casino with a live studio audience, and we're coming back with more on Western Sports Roundup.
Welcome back to Western Sports Roundup. As we say thank you to Polaris, the American Power Sport Company. And we are going to show you a powerful moment from last night's round 3. And, of course, we're talking about some bull riding and a big score. We got in the 90s again, and it was Tristan Hutchings with a monster score. And take a look at this matchup up against Vital Lake Smoking Hot from Survey Rodeo Company. We got the AI moves going on here. You can see the medium kicks, not there, but the hard kicks are 9, 10, 11. Those 360 spins, 4 of them in 8 seconds right there. Racking up some AI points all over the place, Steve.
And that's exactly what the judges are looking for. And take a look at the green lines, his upper body control on this ride. He is never out of position. He even takes that outside foot up, gives him a little Little old school money chop just to let the judges know he is in complete control. That's a 90.5-point ride. That is the #1 highest marked ride so far at this NFR. He got bucked off his first 2, Justin. #3, the best ride so far at this national finals.
Yeah, that was a beautiful job right there, cracking the 90.5. 6 rides all together last night, and here's a look at that aggregate. Stetson Wright is the only man to ride 3 for 3. Several of them have ridden 2 already, and here is how we stack up the top 5 for the World Championship.
You know, you take a look at it. Stetson Wright, 462,000. Wasey Shaw, 413,000. Kai Hamilton, T. Hutch, both over 300,000. TJ Gray at 245,000. I want to follow up on something that you said. You talked about 6 rides last night. The Eliminator Pen 2 nights ago, they rode a lot of bulls. 13 out of 15 bull riders have recorded at least 1 score already. And we're just 3 go-rounds into this National Finals Rodeo. And I think that is a pretty good performance by the bull riders so far.
Yeah, and I like the race between Stetson and Wasey. Remember, Wasey came in with a slight edge, a few $1,000s over Stetson. Now Stetson has gained a $49,000 advantage right now. So we got a real race, and Kai's not too far behind, and then Tristan's following up.
Yeah, so here's the thing. And you've heard me say this before. Wasey Shaw is off to a spectacular start on this NFR. He's ridden 5 out of 6 animals, got bucked off his bull last night. He's won almost $100,000. The only thing that's in his way, Stetson Wright has gotten off to an even more spectacular start on this NFR.
It is a powerful race in the all-around category and the bull riding. Between those two, we've not seen 2 guys going at it with this much money, this close for this long, and they're both in 2 events apiece. This all-around race is really, really, really by far the top story. But maybe the most impactful story of the entire rodeo season is coming up next on Western Sports Roundup. When you find out the reason behind the golden scarves, it could change your life. It'll certainly give you some perspective and more appreciation about the heart and soul of professional rodeo. That is Tina. You'll meet Tina. She is the one who came up with this Golden Circle of Champions idea. Next, you'll hear all about it.
Roundup is brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim. Live boldly. Live in rock and roll denim.
And after 14 rounds of chemo and 15 radiation treatments, we can say she's in remission, stronger than ever. How about it?
What a wonderful day yesterday during the regular National Finals Rodeo. Certainly a day of great impact, not only for some kids that are fighting cancer, but each one of those kids had an opportunity to have their own personal NFR cowboy that spent a lot of time getting to know these kids of the Golden Circle of Champions. It's one of the greatest programs. It is catching on in popularity like wildfire, with rodeo committees all over North America adopting their own chapter and their own chance to bring kids with cancer to rodeo champions. And we are so glad to tell that story. Tina Tonascia, you're from Santa Maria, California. I watched you come up with this idea several years ago, and it has been a huge blessing to our industry and to every individual who has personally been a part of it.
Well, first off, we're going to give God the glory on that one because it was his idea, so I won't take credit for his. But yeah, he put it on my heart, and here we are today. And who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought we would be where we're at today? It's amazing.
Tina, introduce this young lady standing next to you.
This is Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie was one of our champions. Miss Ellie has an incredible story, and when you talk about champions and true champions, this young lady right here is the truest of them all, aren't you, kiddo? So yes, she's had a crazy journey right through the years, and here she is. And yesterday she got to have so much fun with her champions. By the way, it's not just one contestant per kid now. We are up to multiple. We have had such a response from all the cowboys and cowgirls. It's crazy.
NFR contestants look forward to this, Tina.
Yes.
They really do. And I had a chance to interview several of the go-round winners last night and ask them what this meant to them. And they said, this means the fight. This means something way bigger than what we're doing here at the NFR. Tristan Hutchings last night brought his champion up on stage with him on this stage to join him to receive his NFR buckle.
Yes, he did, and we had to race him to get him here in time, let me tell you. That's what they do. These cowboys truly have hearts of gold, and the cowgirls, and these amazing champions. We're so blessed to get to spend the day with them. I mean, it's incredible, and I cannot thank the cowboys and cowgirls enough for what they're doing.
Let's talk about what we're seeing right here. Where did this take place? And I guess it's yesterday when you bring the world champions and your champions together.
Yes,
Tell us about that day.
So yesterday, thanks to Tim Keener and his crew at the Las Vegas events, and just dozens and dozens of sponsors and folks, we have it at the Tuscany Casino and Hotel. They host us there. The Cowboys and Cowgirls come in. We start working with them as soon as that NFR lineup comes out. And the really cool thing, Steve, is a lot of them, and Justin, they reach out to us first. A lot of them won't even put their schedules together until they know what day and what time we are, so that they can make sure that they're a part of this incredible day. And the coolest part is they bring their families. So their kids, I think Kyle Irwin's son got to walk the red carpet with him, and they're champion this year as well.
I want to say this. You're adding a lot of value to the economy of the Western world, and you're doing it through the greatest currency ever, love. That's what it's all about. It's the greatest currency ever. Ellie, pick up that microphone, because I want you to tell us about your barrel race. Who was your barrel racer, and what did you guys get to do last night?
My barrel racer was Megan. I'm not sure.
Megan McLeod. Yeah.
Megan McLeod. I ate lunch with her. I got to walk the red carpet with her and Casey. What else? Exciting. Yes, it was extremely exciting, and I was super beyond happy.
Well, we're glad to hear that story, and I love your hat, your crown, your shirt. You got a contestant shirt on. She is living large in Las Vegas.
Thank you.
Tina, thank you for all that you do. We've got 10 seconds. Seriously, I just need something really, really short. How many events, how many rodeos, how many states are you in right now?
We're over 50 rodeos in the USA. We have over 20 rodeos in Canada, including the Canadian Finals Rodeo, and we are growing hourly.
I would like our studio audience to give this lady a round of applause for what she and the entire crew have done with the Golden Circle of Champions.
It's one of the best stories that we get to tell. Keep up the great work. Ellie, thank you for being a part of our show.
Thank you, sir, for letting me be a part of it.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You handle that microphone so very well.
Thank you so much.
Superstar, TV star. My goodness, we're proud. Tina, you are a rock star, too. God bless you and your team and everybody lost. log on to the Golden Circle of Champions, like all their social media, follow everything they put out. You will not be disappointed.
So coming up, one of the greatest of all time retiring. Tyson Cardinal, the ranch manager of the C5 Rodeo Company, joins us. We'll talk about that great big gray bucking horse called Virgil. And we want to say thank you to Westmore Manufacturing, bringing you Western Sports Roundup. Live boldly. Western Sports Roundup is presented by Ariat. Ready, set, ride in boots and jeans that work as hard as you do.
We welcome the two-time world champion bareback horse and now the 2025 world champion saddle bronc horse. This is the standard of greatness. This is the mighty Virgil.
That horse has recorded so many records. That horse has a history of more than 30, probably almost 40 90-point rides in his career. The man who knows all about Virgil is Tyson Cardinal. He is the ranch manager of the C5 Rodeo Company out of Canada. Tyson, you have had the pleasure in your life of getting to know, of sharing time, of telling the story with this great horse. Tell me what Virgil means to you.
Oh, man. Everything, you know, he's... what a journey he's had, and I just got to tag along. You know, like I said earlier, I just get to tell the tale, but he put us on the map. You know, if people wouldn't even know who Tyson Cardinal is if it weren't for Virgil. You know, so he means everything to me.
You know, he's what'd you tell me the other night? He's 18 years old. He was the bareback horse of the year in 2017 and 2018, and then he comes back in 2025 as the saddle bronc horse of the year. And Tyson, I was thinking about this today. That is a long span in between those awards, and a whole lot of history was made between that 2018 Bareback Award and the 2025 Saddle Bronc Award.
Yeah, I mean, he's an old man, you know. His 18, you know, it's like a very old man performing at a professional sport, and the span, you know, like you said, in between. It was unreal. There's how many 90-point rides, you know, great buck-offs, you know. It's just been right from the day we bought him when he was 4 years old. He's just been phenomenal. I don't know if he's ever.
How How big is he, Tyson? He's ginormous. I think he's 1,700 pounds. We may have just lost Tyson Cardinal. But there's a look at Virgil. That is the horse that Rocker Steiner rode for 95 points in Darby, Montana to set the all-time bareback riding record. That is the horse that Zeke Thurston won the Calgary Stampede on. That is the horse that holds tied the arena record here at the NFR. All of that is in the resume of Tyson, and he is one of 6 horses in the history of pro rodeo to win both the bareback horse and the saddle bronc riding horse of the year. I'm sorry we lost Tyson Cardinal. He's got a great story to tell, but Justin, that horse, 1 in a million.
Well, we're going to tell that story for a long time, for years to come, and that is a horse of great impact. Right now, I'd like you to meet our next guest as we get ready to introduce you to an incredible story. And that story includes the Hadley family. Trina and Shane Hadley join us. They live in Texas, matter of fact, down the road from where I live in Hico. And you sent me a book that you wrote about your experience of overcoming one of the most incredible, huge mountains I've ever known a parent to have to go through. And I was completely taken into this book. And this is an amazing story and a parent's worst nightmare. Let's talk about Mineral Wells. What year?
2018.
2018. You're watching the rodeo. Your son Shane is in the steer wrestling. And then the wreck happened right there in the performance in the steer wrestling. His horse flips end over end and he doesn't move.
No, when he came up out from underneath the horse, one eye was open and one eye was shut, so I knew he was really hurt.
And that started a process that you're still going through.
Yes.
It's been a long process, but a process that I know you're going to say, hey, we've seen some amazing miracles all along the way. The name of the book is Look Up.
Yes.
And you had to do that because you couldn't have gone through what he went through and your family went through without supernatural
That's
help and
absolutely
energy.
right. We are so blessed, and God is so good. And if it hadn't been for our rodeo people and like Chris, the guy, the firefighter in the book, that literally looked up and saw a helicopter after they thought they couldn't get one to us.
Yes.
And so it really has been look up to God, and it really was something that Chris did right there in the beginning.
And so how many years ago now? Since the wreck? 7 years.
2018.
All right, I've been able to see this young man progress in amazing ways. Shane, I want to pick up that mic real quick. You have one of the most amazing moms I've ever met in my life.
She is truly amazing. I'm blessed to have her as mother. I can't say enough about the woman sitting next to me.
I tell you what, I know you're a blessing too, because now that you're still alive, and he shouldn't have lived through this, by the way.
No, he wasn't supposed to make it out of the arena or
like a
anything.
0 chance of making it.
Yeah.
And now through your social media, Shane Hadley's social media, you are encouraging people to be fighters and warriors, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I absolutely am. It's not about me. It's about blessing those around me, because I am a river, not a reservoir. So as I receive love from God, I show love to others.
You did some things as an advocate for your son that was unconventional. You took a stand against modern medicine when you never thought you would have to. I know we're running out of time, so I'm kind of getting a lot of stuff out here.
Right.
So get right to the book. You're out here with the booth. You're selling the book. Tell us where you can get a hold of one of the most inspiring stories I've ever heard of.
Look Up is available at South Point at the Cactus booth right there at the end of the main arena, but it's also on Amazon and Barnes & Noble online and BAM, and you can order it. But we're here till Monday, and we'll leave on Tuesday.
All right, for those of you in the rodeo family that don't understand how tough she is and was Jimmy Powers' sister. So deep rodeo roots and just an amazing story. I wish we could have got in a little deeper, but most of all.
We're just so blessed for y'all to have us here, and we are grateful that you would want to tell anybody. And the reason for the book is to encourage others, and there's not anybody here that doesn't need some encouragement.
Anybody will get encouraged, especially if you are going through a medical situation that is tougher than you ever imagined. This lady will provide fuel through her ability to encourage you while you read this book. It's an honor to have you guys. And Shane, keep working hard, buddy. I love seeing your progress. You're doing it.
I appreciate that so much, sir. It's wonderful to come up here and speak with both you, Mr. Steve. can't thank you enough.
You're
Yes,
the man.
thank you both.
You're the man. Stick around. We've got more Western Sports Roundup on the other side of this break.
You're looking at the Thomas and Mack, which for 40 years has been the home of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Now this year at the NFR, everybody who's in the horse world, everybody who's in the rodeo business and the Western way of life knows that we got thrown a curveball about 2.5, 3 weeks ago that has impacted everything that has happened in the Western industry since then, because it has impacted our horses. The equine herpes virus that came out of the central part of the country, spread all over the country, and has impacted what's been done at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Some of it you've seen, things like no horses in the grand entry for the rodeo contestants to ride. Some of it you haven't. We have a chance to go inside and take a little deeper look at what's been going on behind the scenes at the NFR, talking about EHV1.
We've had a massive outbreak of EHV. It is a equine herpes virus, is what EHV stands for, and it is very contagious, and it can be fatal.
You know, it's a big deal in the horse world because there's so much interlacing of the events, you know, of each discipline. So that's what makes it a big deal.
This particular strain of it is neurological, and it's created quite an uproar right now.
EHV, equine herpes virus, is a respiratory virus, and it's around all the time. It's a very common respiratory virus. The neurological component of it usually is associated with EHV1, anywhere from very mild neurologic symptoms to very severe fatal neurologic symptoms. So things you would look for from an owner's standpoint is obviously a fever. That's the most consistent symptom that you will see. Dragging their hind feet, limp tails. Tail feels like it, you know, it has no feeling in it. And then they can just progress as you go up, dog sitting to recumbency. But what you've had in this instance is you have, basically think of a herpes virus on crack. I mean, it is rapidly dividing, it's very aggressive. It's not that it's not out there all the time in our world, you just typically don't see the neurologic component to it, except in little outbreak episodes where that virus is really hot, really aggressive.
So I know a lot of guys that, hey, they've been at home because they hadn't been anywhere. You know, rodeos were over. If you were home and your horses hadn't been anywhere, get your horses and go somewhere where nobody's around. And that way you don't have to worry about it. Because, you know, it doesn't matter if you're 8 years old or you're going to the national finals for your 40th time. whatever you made them on or you win on, they're pretty important to you, so you're not going to take a dumb chance.
I'm going to tell you, they've stepped up, the contestants. I've been proud of my contestants because, I mean, they're keeping temperature logs and they're calling, okay, what do I need to do, what do I not need to do, you know, what are the little things that I can do? Because it only takes one breaking protocol to get started.
This year's NFR may look a little bit different. It has been a journey to get all of the athletes here safely, the four-legged athletes, I should say. We have increased biosecurity and did everything that we have been able to do to ensure their safety on the tail end of an equine herpes outbreak. So this year, a few added requirements. In previous years, we have kept horses on a lot of off-site facilities, which, you know, this is a small venue as far as putting a lot of horses in one place. But the NFRC and the PRCA made the decision that the horses would be only here and not go on and off of the premises. I always have concerns. That's the way our minds work as veterinarians, right? But we're doing our best to keep a very close eye on these horses. These contestants and these stock contractors know their animals very well, and they want what's best for them. They don't want to ride a sick horse, and they don't want to get anybody else's horses sick. So everybody's has their animal's best interest at heart.
These horses are everything, you know. We've got a set of colts here amongst us. You know, we watch them grow up just like your children and bring them along. Each one's individual to their own being of how fast, how hard you can push them. And the ultimate goal is to get them across the finish line, and that's the NFR.
You're not going to take anything that's not healthy to the national finals. You have to have the best of the best, and they'll be their best to win anything anyway.
The four-legged athletes in this sport are the most important part of it to me, I think to the contestants, to the stock contractors. Without the animals, we don't have a sport. And so to protect their well-being and their health is always first and foremost when I make a decision.
Well, it has been a challenging 3 weeks ahead of the regular National Finals Rodeo. The good news is we haven't had any reporting of news on new cases since we've been here.
Yeah, and that is good news, and that is a tribute to the job that the folks here at the NFR have done, and quite frankly around Las Vegas have done, because the National Finals Rodeo, to be bluntly honest, the number of horses that came to the NFR is the smallest number of horses that are here in Las Vegas with all the other ancillary events that are going on. And so hats off to the various facilities, the doctors of veterinary medicine, the state veterinarians, the barrel racing industry, and I think the breakaway ropers probably have been the most affected.
Yes.
But it has been a great, great job by a lot of people to make sure that this does not spread and become a problem while we're here.
Yeah, 4 barrel racers were greatly affected with their number 1 horses still in quarantine at the time the NFR started. Whether or not they will be able to bring them through midway point, we don't know yet. But, man, it's been a rough go for those 4 barrel racers, so our prayers go out to them. All right, right now let's go to our area presentation right now, our injury report, rather, as we say thank you to Justin Sports Medicine, and Cooper Cook got banged up in the knee last night.
Yeah, okay, so read the graphic on that screen. Partial knee dislocation. Here's what Cooper Cook's dealing with. He sent me this text message. I fractured my ankle at practice before Vegas. Then last night I popped my kneecap out and back in, so it's just super swollen. And oh, by the way, yeah, he's getting on another bucking horse tonight. He's going through a lot. That young man qualifying for his second NFR.
Hudson Bolton had some big dreams trying to stay out of that well. He moved over there too close, and this looked real ugly as he got down inside the chopper. We are thankful that the left forearm laceration is the report, because by watching this video, you're just thinking, man, that is going to be a lot of injuries, multiple injuries on the Justin Sports Medicine Report. And so hopefully he'll be able to continue. As now we are ready to say thank you to Ariat, and we invite you ready, set, ride in boots and jeans that work as hard as you do. And speaking of hard workers, the horses, the timed event horses, specifically steer wrestling horses, they have to work real hard to get those fast times. Here's more with Katie Lucas.
What's the difference between a good steer wrestling horse and a great steer wrestling horse for both of you?
Really, it's the amount of try they have in them. Because I mean, we've seen horses come through that have all the talent in the world, but don't have as much try. And then we've seen average horses come through that have a lot of try, and just they step up above those ones with the amount of talent. So I mean, they have a lot of try. They the ones that score good, they make up a lot of ground in that at the majority of the rodeos. You know, because they let you be into the barrier every time and get your hands on them and win when you're supposed to win. The great ones are the ones that have both talent and try, because they're going to let you win on when you're supposed to win, and then they're going to let you place on steers that you're not supposed to place on, and that's when you start seeing the years, you know, like Will's having this year and stuff, because you know, Swamper's a great horse, so you start seeing them guys really accelerate. And
we were going through the summer, you know, and everybody's cussing us because we're drawing good, but it's also, we also ride a badass horse, and like our feet are getting on the ground faster. So I mean, yeah, I draw great, but at the same time I ride great horses, and so when I draw middle of the road, it turns that average steer into all of a sudden he's always drawing a good one, you know. And so that, I mean, that's the thing where a steer that they hadn't placed on, you can go run him and win, you know, say 4th, 5th, you know, 6th, whatever, and you're still getting a couple thousand out of them, where it's, you know, those guys that are riding, you know, just an average horse, you know, they're going to go make a good run, but they're not going to win no money.
So J.D. Struxness, Dakota Eldridge, of course, J.D., the reigning world champion. And here's a look at how they are doing so far at the NFR. By the way, Dakota Eldridge is one of those guys on the Sports Medicine Report every night. He walks into and out of the arena in a walking boot. He has a broken bone in his left foot. He's an average winner at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. These guys are way too tough for their own good.
Yeah, they're tough, and this Thomas and Mack is challenging. Took all the horses, steer wrestlers, and some hazers to come together after the first couple of rounds. Now they're looking really good. Speaking of looking good, how about some more AI? Getting ready to bring it to you as we say thank you to AIQ, powered by TWG, AI and Palantir, where data meets the dirt. Look at the numbers over there on those kicks and hard kicks. 6 of them in the bareback riding for Waylon Bourgeois, who won the round last night.
Yeah, he made the best ride he's made so far at the NFR. His high G-force was 6. His spurring motion was 8. That's all pretty good. That adds up to a very first ever go-round win in his 3rd go-round at his first Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.
$80,000 already. That was Dusty Rhodes from Pete Carr, pre-first Dusty Rhodes, and Waylon Bourgeois also is in the top spot by a 1/4 of a point in that aggregate. Wasey Shala, number 2, and Rocker Steiner, number 3.
So let's talk about your Veterison top 3 Western Sports Roundup headlines. Brought to you by Veterison, Clean, Treat, and Heal. Virgil, set to retire, 18 years old. He'll buck 2 more times in his career. Go rounds number 5 and 10. Those are the TV pins, and I guarantee you there are 15 saddle bronc riders that would love to draw him.
Ty Erickson has made the biggest jump of any contestant, moving up 12 spots in the world standings. He continues his dominance. He has placed in all 3 go-arounds. Ty Erickson is on a roll, trying to win another world championship.
And let's talk about Stetson Wright. He's gone 3 for 3 at this NFR in the bull riding and has found himself sitting in the number 1 spot going away, both in the bull riding and in the all-around race. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of Western Sports Roundup. Tomorrow we'll look ahead to go-round number 5, the TV pen and all the livestock. Rodeo Live is coming up, and the beautiful people at the South Point have been here to join us.
That's right. The E-Pin tonight in the saddle bronc riding is going to be a real fist fight for Damian Brennan and others. We'll see you tomorrow here on Western Sports Roundup.